Hello and welcome to Titanium Tarot, and today I'll be doing a reading for Gemini. Okay, so this is for any placement of Gemi you have in your chart. If you do, great. If you don't, great as well. You probably have a message in here for you, so keep an ear out. Okay, and if you are a cross watcher, I welcome you with open arms. Because heaven knows I was a cross watcher for many a video myself, so I get you and I got you. Now, I will mention when it's time for you to use your intuition, and I am using Star Spinner Tarot. And with that being said, let's get started. So please, angels and guides, anyone who has a message for my Geminis, please come forward and share. And we got two cards pointing towards the left. First card that came out was the Nine of Wands. Okay. Then we have the Ace of Chalices, also pointing towards the left. Yes. Followed by, let's place them like that, followed by the King of Coins, the Four of Chalices, and the Four of Pentacles. With the Emperor at the end. Okay, let me just make some room on my board. Okie dokie. With that, let's get started. So, for my gorgeous Gemmies, first of all, cards pointing towards the left to me mean that they happened in the past or they're happening super slowly. For either one of those possibilities, okay? So for those for whom this has happened in the past, this card basically means that you feel like you have a lot on your plate, that there's no one there to support you in what it is that you are tasked with doing at this point, and you feel kind of, oh, woe is me. Why am I the only one left here to do this and whatnot? So you're not exactly thrilled that you're here doing this, but you are doing it anyway because it's what you got to do, right? That was for those for whom this is what happened in the past. Now, for those for whom this is happening super slowly, okay, well, I guess it's kind of the same thing. Well, no. For those of whom this is happening super slowly, either you have learned lessons in your past that taught you how to stay away from this, how to avoid this type of situation, right? How to steer clear of this way of feeling, of this way of being, which is a good indication, both of which I feel are basically telling you the same thing in this situation. So if this is for what has happened in the past, it just means that you've learned from this situation. And for those of whom this is happening super slowly, it's probably because you've had a similar situation that happened and that you are currently learning from that situation that happened in the past. So it basically comes up to the same thing. Now the next card is the Ace of Chalices, which is the Ace of Cups. And this being pointing towards the left again indicates the same thing. It indicates it's either happening super slowly or it happened in the past. Now, this might be a little different. For those for whom this happened in the past, you had a new emotional relationship or new emotion sprung up within you, and now you are working with that. Okay, And for those of whom this is happening super slowly, you are kind of hesitant about picking this relationship up. I feel like possibly due to this. If this is what's happening super slowly, I feel like this is also happening super slowly. You know, you are not necessarily wanting to embark on a new relationship because of something that you are kind of steering clear of. So this is not a happening thing of yet because you are steering clear of something. Right? Okay, so now next card is the King of Coins. Now, the King of Coins, as you can see, is a rabbit in this case. And if you look at this gorgeous rabbit's facial expression, you can see that it's dead set on something. It's not very movable. It's kind of a pouty face, if anything, and this is not something you want to cuddle with, which is odd because the Queen of Coins, which is the counterpart of this king, is actually holding a rabbit on her card. But so this might be you, or this might be someone you're dealing with. This is the stance that this person is, embodying at this point, which is, don't bother me. I am a busy person. I am doing this, and I am on a mission, is what I'm getting. Okay. And now the next card is the Four of Chalices. Now the Four of Chalices, as you can see on this card, she is kind of melancholy. She wanted something. She is clearly not getting it. She is hoping for something better, and yet she is not doing anything to achieve it or to get it, right? Because her gaze is kind of tilted downwards, but if she looked up, she would see the castle. She would swim to the castle, but seeing as her eyesight is pointing downwards, she is kind of like wishing for something better, but not doing something to get to something better, if that makes any sense. Okay. Now, the next card is the Four of Coins. Yet again, the Four of Coins. But, okay, so the difference between the Four of Coins and the Four of Chalices is that in this card, it's all about her emotions, right? Chalices or cups indicate emotion. So this is the emotional state. While this one right here is all about the material abundance. And yet again, we see this individual staring downward and like wishing for this pentacle while not really acknowledging that she has these right here, which is what she must be doing at this point, so that she can be appreciative for what she already has instead of hoping and wishing for the one that she doesn't, right? So that she can clearly be happy for what she has, which in turn will actually allow these things to come in much better. If this makes any sense at all. So yet again, we see that she is hoping, wishing for something that she thinks that she wants instead of appreciating what she already has. Well, at least this is the specific significance of this card, while as in this card, it's quite similar and yet a bit different because she is hoping and wishing for something different from what she currently has emotionally. Yet if she looked up, she would see the castle, she would see the apple, she would see all these things, but she is concentrated on her internal world, which is currently not feeling as great as she would like. So she feels kind of down in the dumps because she's concentrating on her present circumstance instead of looking at the possibility of the future. Yes. One moment, please. Excuse me. Now, so, and the last card is the Emperor card. And the Emperor, okay, would indicate that, first of all, the Emperor is all four kings rolled into one. Okay, and here we have wands, we have chalices, we have pentacles. So this is three kings. And, well, we have one king right here. We have the king of coins, but we also have, three suits, which would show that at this point, this individual is not there yet. Now, I feel like the Emperor is something that will happen at the end of the week, where this individual that I am currently picking up on is going to fully embody and become all four of the suits as needed. And that's when they will become more able to manifest what they want into their reality, because they will become the master of their own thoughts, emotions, actions, and their air, emotions, cups, material abundance. So that at the end of the week, this is when everything will come in together, and that's when they will be able to experience life to the fullest. So, my gorgeous and fellow Geminis, this is all that I have for you guys this week. If you like this, and if you'd like me to go deeper into your specific situation, please contact me at the email in the box below, and it'll be my pleasure to assist. In that same box, you'll find a little description of this video and my price for private readings, as well as the email you can send donations to on PayPal if you feel so called. And with that being said, my gorgeous Geminis, I wish you guys all a very good week, and I'll see you next time, okay? Bye! Hello, and welcome to Untitled Chapter, and today I will be doing a reading for Libra, okay? This is for any placement of Libra you have in your chart. If you do, great. If you don't, great as well. You probably have a message in here for you, so keep an ear out. And if you are a cross-watcher, I welcome you with open arms. Heaven knows I was a cross-watcher for many of it myself, so I get you and I got you. Now, I use Star Spinner Tarot. I'll also mention when it's important for you to use your own intuition. And with that, let's get started. So, my gorgeous and fellow Libras, I'm a Libra sun myself. Yeah, what was I going to say? Let's get into the reading. So, first card, the Five of Chalices in the upright. Could be better. Then we have the Queen of Swords in the reverse, the Ace of Wands in the reverse, the King of Wands in the reverse, the Ace of Swords in the upright, the Moon in the upright, the Seven of Swords in the upright, and the Emperor in the upright as well. Interesting. Okay, let's see what we have coming to us this week. So, with the Five of Coins in the upright, alright, if you can see, there's this queen, okay, she is harboring this young boy who is down in the dumps from his body nonverbal communication, okay, through his stance, through his posture, through all these things. He is not really up and at him. He doesn't feel great. Now, this Queen of Pentacles, right, or this wise woman, whatever, feels like at least she intuitively knows that this boy is going to become massive, is what I'm picking up on. And so she is harboring this little boy and sheltering him from all the harms of the world. Except she does not, I don't think she really consciously knows that if she like harbors this little child without teaching him the right way of like thinking of things and the right way of um, experiencing life and the way to deal with upset, this kid will not really grow up to be able to, take care of himself. He will always be feeling like he has less than. So, which is interesting. Now, the next card is the Queen of Swords in the reverse. Now, usually the Queen of Swords in the upright is someone who's learned from a lot of experience. She knows who to cut, when to cut, how to cut, and why to cut. But in this case, because she is in the reverse, this queen, or at least this individual who's harboring this little child, does not have the past experience necessary to know how to deal with this certain situation. So she does not know what to do, what not to do, and all those little intricate things. I guess that's the reason why she's harboring this child without necessarily doing the right things to make sure that he is set up correctly for his future, if that makes any sense at all, right? Then you have the Ace of Wands in the reverse. So because this child does not have the right baggage, does not know the right things of how to deal with certain situations and whatnot, the Ace of Wands, which is the new idea for an action, or the intuitive nudge of something to be done, will not necessarily dawn on this child at the necessary moment for him to do what needs to be done. That makes sense. Then we have the King of Wands in the reverse as well. And I feel like due to the fact that this child does not know, what to do, because the queen who is sheltering him do not necessarily have the right baggage to the right experience to teach him well, he will not be able to become the King of Wands this week. Now, does not mean that he will never become the King of Wands or embody the personality of the King of Wands, which is someone who knows what actions to take, what to do, and all those things. But at least this week, it's not a happening thing, if that makes sense. Now, the next card is the Ace of Swords. Now, the Ace of Swords talks of a new idea, a new concept, new ways of being, new ways of thinking, and all those things. So, I guess that what I'm picking up on, not that I guess that, I know that what I'm picking up on is that, so what is going to happen at the beginning of the week is going to set this child who is under this queen's cloak, right? Or this woman's cloak, all these things will have set him up to think this thought of what the next step is. And sometimes for you to really get the right nudge in the right direction, you need to go through some very less than favorable situations, right? For example, I was hit by a car a couple of years ago, and if I had not been hit by that car, I would probably not be doing what I'm doing right now. So sometimes we need certain things to lead us in the right direction. Now, the next card is the Moon card, which is Piscean energy, which talks of things that were hidden coming to light, right? As I said, this young child who is under the cloak of this prominent woman do not know something detrimental to his to his success, and probably because this queen wants to keep him safe from something, right? And by that fact, she did not set him up for success. But with this Ace of Swords, something is going to happen to the child that will teach him what he needs, which will give way to this Moon card. So it will bring something to light that he needs to know in order for him to fully embody his full potential, right? Full potential. Interestingly enough, as I said, that event that's going to happen, probably someone's going to come and steal something from him. Notice this Ace of Swords. This individual is probably going to come and try to steal it from him. Okay? Or someone, so either he is going to steal. I feel like it's not really the case. I feel like someone is going to try and steal something from him, and that situation is going to lead him to becoming the emperor of his life, in charge of everything, because the emperor is all four kings rolled into one, which means that he now not only has control over his material abundance, his thoughts, his emotions, but he also has he also is in control of, what did I say? Actions, money, thoughts, and emotions, right? Yes. So I hope that's all suits. In any case, so what I'm getting is that, okay, it's not going to start off great. It's actually going to start off less than stellar, but through things like the way things are going to pan out, it is definitely going to lead this individual to great success, right? This individual, or to us Libras, it's going to lead us to success. So, my gorgeous and fellow Libras, this is all that I have for us this week. If you like this, and if you would like me to go deeper into your specific situation, please contact me at the email in the box below, and it'll be my pleasure to assist. In that same box, you'll find a little description of this video and my price for private readings, as well as the email you can send donations to on PayPal if you feel so called. And with that being said, my gorgeous and fellow Libras, I wish you guys all a very good week, and I'll see you next time, okay? Bye! Hello, and welcome to Untitled Tarot, and today I will be doing a video, Aquarius reading, okay? So this is for any placements of Aquarius you have in your chart. If you do, great. If you don't, great as well. You'll probably have a message in here for you, so keep an ear out. And if you are a cross watcher, I welcome you with open arms, because heaven knows I was a cross watcher for many a video myself, so I get you and I got you. Now, I'll mention that I use Star Spinner Tarot. I'll also mention why it's important for you to use your own intuition. And with that, let's get started. So, my gorgeous Aquariuses. Let's see. Please, angels and guides, anyone from the highest good who has a message for my Aquariuses, please come forward and share what they should expect for the coming week. Please, angels and guides, anyone from the highest good. And you have the Magician in the reverse. So this week, manifestation ain't a happening thing, at least at the beginning. Something that you want to manifest is not manifesting quickly enough. The next card is the Six of Coins in the reverse, right? And yes, then you have the Ten of Wands in the upright, followed by the Ten of Coins in the upright, followed by the Ten of Chalices in the reverse, and the Nine of Wands in the reverse, and the Knight of Wands in the upright, as well as the Six of Chalices in the upright, the King of Wands, I think, yeah, in the reverse, the Four of Chalices in the reverse, as well as the Fool in the reverse, and the Nine of Pentacles in the upright, as well as the Moon in the reverse, and the Page of Swords in the reverse as well. All right, my gorgeous Aquariuses. Let me first make some room on my board. There you go. Just make some. Yes. Yep. There we go. Get visible. All right. So we start off with the Magician in the reverse, which indicates that at least at the beginning of this week, what you want to manifest is not happening. It's not coming in. And it's kind of frustrating to you, what I'm getting, but it is a necessary part of your process. Because I feel like with this not coming in as quickly as you'd like, it's going to force you into something that you must do in order to get what you want, if it makes sense at all, right? Then you have the Six of Coins in the reverse as well. Now, the Six of Coins in the reverse would indicate that there's no equal give and take in something. So I feel like you are having a sense of you putting a lot of effort and energy in something, but not gaining the equal reciprocity, if that makes any sense. The equal amount of return on your investment is what I'm getting at this point, which will actually give you the impression of this, the Ten of Wands, having too, is it the 10? Yes. 10 of Wands, doing too much, not getting enough, feeling like, do I have to do this? I'm tired. Why does this work? Why is this work so draining? My goodness, it's a lot. The 10 of Wands in the upright. Because what you want is the 10 of Pentacles, 10 of Coins. You want the return, right? Equal effort for, is this the net? So you want the effort and the result. You want there to be an equal give and take between the action you do and the reward that you gain, which is not necessarily what is happening at this point, which is, as I'm picking up, quite annoying. So then you have the Six of Chalices in the reverse. Now the Six of Chalices, no, this is the 10 of Chalices. So 10 of Chalices in the reverse. Now, as we saw, because you are putting the effort and not feeling like you're getting the equal benefit that you should, you're not getting the return on your investment. Due to that, I feel like you aren't necessarily feeling the necessary emotions that go along with it, so you don't feel stellar because of this disequilibrium between the effort that you're putting in and the cause and effect type of thing. The what you are getting back is not necessarily is not equal to what you're putting in. I hope that makes sense. Right? Next, you have the Nine of Wands in the reverse. So, Nine of Wands would indicate that you feel, well, in the upright, it will feel like you were alone trying to do something that you feel like you have to do, and that you're alone doing it, and there's no one there to support you, and you're like, oh, why? But in the reverse, this would indicate that this is not how you are feeling. In the reverse, this would indicate that you are doing this with a lot of pleasure. You like what you're doing, so it doesn't necessarily feel like it's a lot of effort, and that's why you're still doing it. I guess this is the answer to the question, oh, why am I doing this? Why are you doing it? Because you are enjoying every minute of it. You want to do it, if that makes any sense at all. Okay. Now, the next card is the Knight of Wands in the upright. Now, the Knight of Wands, all right, it would be player energy. And what I'm picking up on in this card is what you are really enjoying doing, and that you do not see yourself stopping doing, is this. I'm also seeing a bumblebee, okay, going from one flower to the other, not really staying there for a long period of time. Or I'm seeing a hummingbird as well. And what that would mean is that you are getting pollen if you identify with the bee, or B, nectar if you identify with the hummingbird, right? But basically what I'm getting at is that you need to do this. You're like dipping, getting from multiple sectors, because you have such a thirst for life, or that you have such a necessity for a very wide array of things, if that makes any sense at all. Wide array of things. Now, the next card is the Six of Chalices. And the Six of Chalices talks of someone from your childhood returning. It if you can see the image, if you look at the image, all right, you see this difference of age, right? So this young girl feels bound to this older man. This could be like uncle, niece, nephew, or uncle, aunt type of thing. As I was saying, uncle, aunt type of thing, uncle, aunt, niece, nephew type of thing, which is what this would indicate. So this would be something like an emotion that reminds you of your childhood, and a way that you feel that you felt during your childhood. Now, I was talking about this Knight of Wands, which is going from one flower to another. Notice how he is riding on a is that a sparrow or some type of bird, right? So he is not sitting still. He is actually moving about, and due to that, due to that, wait a minute. Due to that, yes. Due to that, okay, because of his moving about, I guess that this nomadic type of energy is what you were used to when you were a child, which, I don't know, does not make sense to me, but maybe it makes sense to you, because, I mean, we are talking about bumblebees and birds and hummingbirds, so this might be the fact that you move around from idea to idea, from action to action, from activity to activity, something that maybe you did a lot of in your childhood, that that you wanted to continue in your adult life, if that makes any sense. Maybe to keep things fresh and interesting. Now, the next card is the King of Wands. Is that yes? King of Wands in the reverse. So the King of Wands in the upright would be someone who is in charge of all his actions. He knows what he's doing. He or they, okay, would actually be in complete charge of all of the things that they do. Okay, but in the reverse, this individual is not really in charge of what they are doing. They have no idea of if they're doing it in the right order, is what I'm picking up on. If they are, another way of saying it, if they're following the right sequence of steps that need to happen. And I feel like due to that, with the next card being the Four of Chalices in the reverse, they don't have time to feel melancholic about what is happening because they are always in a reactive state, always trying to make things right, not really thinking of the long term. They're mostly thinking of the how do I react to this situation in order to get the best benefit out as possible, if that makes any sense at all. Now, the next card is the Fool in the reverse, which would go hand in hand with what I just picked up on, because if you are always in a reactive state, you can't necessarily become the Fool fully, right? Because the Fool in the upright would be someone who has had experiences but decides to begin every action with a complete novice perspective, so that they can see what is coming towards them from a fresh new perspective, so that they can react in the best way possible. Now, the Fool in the reverse would be that this individual does not approach every situation from a completely blank perspective, which would indicate that they are always in a reactive state, which would be not stellar, okay, because they okay, so if they're in a constant state of reaction, okay, they can't necessarily allow the best possible outcome to come towards them because they are reacting to what is happening. While as if they learned from their past experiences, they would know what to do, but because they aren't necessarily stopping themselves because of their past experiences, that they're staying open to all the possibilities and all the outcomes that might possibly happen, they are actually allowing the best possible version of any situation, of any given situation, to flow through into their reality. I hope that makes sense. If not, you can ask questions and it'll be my pleasure to make sense of it. Now, next card is the Nine of Coins. Now, when I spoke about the best possible outcome, this is partly, the best possible outcome would be something along the lines of the Emperor or like the 10 of Coins, but we have the 9 of Coins, which is pretty good. This is one of the singles cards. I see the 9 of Chalices and the 9 of Coins as the singles card, which means that this individual would be, if they had the Fool in the upright, which they don't in this case, but if they did, they would be fully embracing their singles card. They would their single persona. They would be self-sufficient. They would be happy in where they were. they would be all that fun stuff right now. But because of all of these reverse cards and picking up with that is not the case. Now the next card, which is the Moon card, and as you can see, it is in the reverse. The Moon in the reverse would mean that things that were hidden are not coming to light, which would mean that this individual that I'm picking up on is staying in the dark about what will allow them to manifest their happy, self-sufficient personality. So, which would indicate that they are in a reactive state, which would also indicate that they will not be getting into their reality what they want at this point in time, or at least for this week. I hope that makes some sense. Now, the last card is the Page of Swords in the reverse. Now, the good thing about this is that the Page of Swords, as you can see, is like reaching towards a butterfly. And a butterfly is not a very stable energy. A butterfly is here now and gone the next. That is the energy I get from the Page of Swords, right? Especially because he has a gigantic feather in his cap. But in the reverse, this would indicate... Okay, so if this were in the upright, this would not be a very stable, grounded individual. But because it is in the reverse, what this indicates to me is all of these things all these cards that were in the reverse that should have been in the upright to get the best benefit out of, all right, have brought you to learn a lesson. Might be a difficult lesson, okay, but this lesson is going to allow you to get out of this Page of Swords type of energy. It will make you grounded. It will make you more assured. It will give you the life experience necessary for you to steer clear of the wishy-washy, the airy, the I'm getting wispy, not very grounded energy that generally comes with this Page of Swords. Okay? So if anything does not make any sense, please ask and it'll be my pleasure to answer. So, my gorgeous Aquariuses, this is all that I have for you guys this week. If you like this and if you would like me to go deeper into your specific situation, please contact me at the email in the box below and it'll be my pleasure to assist. In that same box, you'll find a little description of this video and my price for private readings, as well as the email you can send donations to on PayPal if you feel so called. And with that being said, my gorgeous Aquariuses, I wish you guys all a very good week, and I'll see you next time, okay? Bye!